Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had Hyde. So the Doctor and Clara went to I guess a haunted house to, help find a ghost who was actually someone who was a time-traveling pioneer for humans and got stuck. And she had technically just been going really, really slow through time, but it wasn't that way to her. She was actually in a pocket dimension with this creepy monster, but he wasn't really a monster because at the end we figure out, oh, he's just in love and he wants to get back to his date, which was kind of sappy, but it's kind of par for the course for this show. And then at the end, the Doctor goes to, I guess, the spirit medium? I don't know what you would call Emma. And it's just like, so, your take on Clara. And she's like, oh, it's just a normal girl. And it's like, not the answer we're looking for, unfortunately. But yeah, that was pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers, and we might as well get right into this episode of Doctor Who. Here we go. Did that say Van Halen Bros? Whoa. They're androids.
Incoming cell report. I didn't mean it. It's an appliance. It does a job.
Yes, pretty cool appliance. We're not talking cheese grater here.
You're not getting me to talk to your shit. That's probably bonkers.
No, come on.
Oh, you're like one of those guys who can't go out with a girl unless his mother approves.
It's important to get along. I'd leave you two alone together.
Now you're creeping me out.
Take the wheel. Not the wheel. I'll make it easy. Shut it down to basic mode for you.
Basic mode. There's a basic mode?
The electrical impulses are jammed. I can't get the shields back up.
Uh-oh.
She's completely vulnerable.
I swear I just touched it.
Oh.
Magnetic overfield.
What? What is that? Oh no! Oh gosh. Oh dear. I mean, that's not gonna do shit to the TARDIS.
Disable whole vessels unless you have shield oscillators, which I turned off so Clara could fly.
Huh. Clara?
Clara,
Where's Clara?
where is she? Go. About.
So are all those, like, guts and wires from the TARDIS?
She's still on board. Right behind those doors is the salvage of a lifetime.
Yeah. It's bigger on the inside. Yeah, the cloister bells would be going off. There she is. Oh god, trying to find your way through the TARDIS. Rory died doing this. Like 3 times.
Since when does an android need a blast suit and a respirator?
Flesh coating. Same as us, it'd burn up.
Huh.
No fear, no hate, no pain.
It's kind of like a cyborg, basically. Like the androids on Dragon Ball.
You're my guys for this.
That wasn't the deal.
It is now.
What makes you think we'll help?
I just activated the TARDIS self-destruct system.
Huh. Why?
Okay, a little gentle persuasion. Say 30 minutes.
Oh.
Salvage of a lifetime. You meant the ship. I meant Clara.
Oh. It's his cradle. It's brick. What room is this? Dang it, I wanted to keep seeing things in there. Man. Oh, there's the swimming pool. Oh, finally we get to see that. Man, I wish we could stop and, like, appreciate these rooms, but we got whatever the hell this is chasing us. Oh shit, did we find the Doctor's wine stash?
No, that's just showing off.
His library. God, I want the TARDIS. I want that. Whoa, that was Susan. Eccleston. Oh, I can barely hear them. I definitely heard Susan and Eccleston.
It reconstructs particles according to your needs.
A machine that makes machines.
Yes, basically.
Huh. That's all got Gallifreyan language on it.
No, don't! If you walk out of here with that circuit, the TARDIS will try to stop you. Now listen to me. Look, the clock is ticking. We must find Clara.
Oh!
Can't you feel it, Gregor? The ship's in torment, like it's a living thing. You can't hurt it.
Yeah, you're taking essence of the TARDIS.
What's the matter, TARDIS? Scared to fight me?
Oh. Are you challenging the TARDIS? That challenging the TARDIS may be scarier than the history of the Time War. Oh dear. Than challenging the Doctor. What?
So that's who.
What, who? What, who that is? What?
You.
That...
Oh, mwah.
Is that? No, there's no door.
Where's the door gone? No!
Here it is. What is that thing? Oh. Wait, are there two of them or does it have two heads? Yes.
Where did that go? There's more than one echo room.
Whoa.
Hey, look.
A shadow. Ah!
She's let it in.
Yeah, she let the thing into the console room. Well, you can at least do this for a while. Okay.
Clara, I'm so sorry. Sorry, please forgive me, Clara.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're not doing hugging. I get that now.
Keep in here.
What?
There is no self-destruct. Hey? Hey?
Really?
Hey? How'd you going though, boys? Didn't I? I just wiggled a few buttons. Yeah, the old wiggly button trick. And the face, you've got to do the face. So far, or we all die. I only made it look as though the engine was actually exploding.
No, it is.
Not good. Yeah, sorry, I should have had one built in.
Where are we going?
Detour.
Oh.
The center of the TARDIS.
Oh, God. Alright, into the garbage chute, flyboy.
TARDIS is leaking.
Leaking what?
The past. You
Tuh.
and me. Everything we've done, everything we've said.
Whoa.
Recent history. It's not real. It's a memory.
It has to be recent. Can't rehire those actors.
What about this?
Break apart.
Oh, no. Ah!
Right?
I'm liking how you're thinking.
Ah! 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 Oh, gosh. These things are crazy.
What's he going on about?
Robots don't need blast suits, they don't need respirators, they don't get frightened of monsters in the dark.
He's not an
What's he talking
android.
about?
It was a joke.
A joke?
It was just a stupid joke.
Changed your identity just to provide some in-flight entertainment.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
You're human, Tricky.
Cut the metal.
Well, that's...
Cut the metal! Go!
But that's stupid.
He wanted you to take over.
Wait, what?
He made you captain.
He.
Dad.
So he didn't think he was their brother, but he is. Yeah, I'm kind of with Clara. I'm just gonna... Oh, God. I said move!
The Eye of Harmony! Exploding star! In
Oh.
the act of becoming a black hole!
Oh, God.
Time Lord engineering! You ripped the star from its orbit, suspended in a permanent state of decay! This way! Quickly!
Yeah, we can explain things later. Ah! Oh, that's not good.
Identifiable substance. Clara.
What? Wait,
That's me.
they're her.
Sorry.
It isn't just the past leaking out.
The future.
You died again.
Again.
What do you mean again?
Yeah. Take 3. You gotta, I guess, just disrupt the timeline somehow. I think he has to die. It'll cause a paradox. Oh no! Time reasserted itself.
We're about to die. Just tell me who you are.
You know who I am.
No, I don't. I look at you every single day and I don't understand a thing about you. Why do I keep
Yeah.
running into you?
Doctor, you invited me. You said...
Before that, I met you at the Dalek Asylum. There was a girl in a shipwreck and she died, saving my life, and she was you.
She really wasn't.
Victorian London, there was a governess who was really a barmaid, and we fought the Great Intelligence together. You really don't, do you?
I think I'm more scared of you right now than anything else on that TARDIS.
Sir.
Clara, aren't you?
Sir.
Okay. I don't know what the hell this is about, but the hug is really nice.
Yeah.
We're close to the engine. The TARDIS is snarling at us, trying to fight us
Oh.
off. We need to jump. The heart of the TARDIS.
Whoa.
She's just always been there for me and taken care of me, and now it's my turn, and I don't know what to do. It just...
You have to take care of her. Wait, the writing.
Oh, Clara. The time rift. Recent
Sir.
past, possible future.
What are you
Another
gonna
crack.
We write today, I hope.
do? You call yourself Doctor. Why do you do that? You have a name. I've seen it in one corner of that tiny...
You know his
If I
name?
rewrite today, you won't remember. You won't go looking for my name.
Huh.
Oh, still have secrets.
It's better that way.
Whoa. She actually knows his name. And she picks it up.
Big friendly button.
Leave him alone.
What's the matter with you?
Maybe I've just got a little tiny scrap of decency.
Tuh. Okay, they're remembering stuff. They're back. They're good.
You're not afraid.
Of?
The future. Running away with a spaceman in a box. Anything could happen to you.
Tuh.
That's what I'm counting on. Push the button.
Yes, ma'am. Ah! I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Note to self. Note to self. Get a little faster on the draw there with the next time. Okay. Oh man, that was a hell of an episode. Hell of an episode right there. Yeah, alright. That was definitely something. Okay. Man, I actually wrote down a lot of stuff here. Oh, excuse me. That was a great episode. That might be what all episodes have we had this season? Can I see? No? Okay. Screw it. I'm trying to think. That might be my favorite episode of the season so far. That one was really solid, I feel like. Yeah. That was interesting. I like the twist that, like, oh, it's the TARDIS is also leaking the future. That's what the creatures are. It's them from the future. Just burned and deformed and crazed. So that was interesting. Okay, we might as well start cracking on these notes, because I did actually write down a ton. So, okay, I wrote, the first thing I wrote down was basic mode. I think that's what he called it, where he actually put the TARDIS in a mode that was so basic that Clara could fly the TARDIS. That was funny. I did like that. Which, you know, that kind of makes sense, because I remember back in Series 4, I think there was one episode where it was almost like the Doctor was teaching Donna how to fly the TARDIS. To an extent. I mean, I'm sure she didn't get, you know, to be extremely proficient at it, but it did kind of look like, you know, he was letting her, push the buttons and flip the switches and pull the levers and stuff like that. So, I'm wondering if it was kind of like that. And I like, you know, I like going off of this, thing of, you know, trying to have Clara and the TARDIS get along. I like that this is sort of an ongoing thing, that, you know, there is sort of an animosity between Clara and the TARDIS. So, that was funny. And then we crash landed, and I wrote down lost. So, Clara was lost for, sort of half of this episode, I guess. It is kind of nice that she wasn't... Oh, I'm not going to be able to see. Okay, I am slowly but surely getting used to the BBC's video player, because I had to switch over because they took Doctor Who off of Amazon Prime. So slowly but surely I'm getting used to this. No autoplay. We don't need audio. We don't need autoplay. I hate when any streaming service does autoplay. Screw it. I wish like the UI, the interface was a bit bigger, but that's all right. Anyway, so yeah, Clara was lost for about, I'd say around half the episode, maybe a bit more than half. So that was interesting, and then the fact that, you know, the Doctor just immediately was like, okay, I need you guys to, you know, come help me find Clara. Even though, honestly, like, they kind of did, you know, more harm than good, honestly. Like, I'm not sure how much he really needed them. Other than he needed people basically just to talk to during this. So that was interesting. I wrote down the android. That was interesting, having, you know, this android, but, you know, it seemed like he was a cyborg, you know? Which, you know, kind of sounded cool, but then we get the reveal later, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, I like that idea, because we haven't really seen... I don't think we've seen too many androids in this. So, yeah, that was interesting. The countdown, that was also... Because I was wondering, like, why did he implement this countdown, except, you know, just to force these guys to help find Clara, you know? But I thought, like, you know, there's no reason to do this. You could just trap them in and just be like, you know, I'll open the door once, you know, we find Clara. But he initiated the self-destruct, although that ended up being false as well. So that was interesting. I like the reveal later. It's like, oh, it's just, you know, him manipulating them into helping. So I did like that. I wrote down explore. So I'm going to go back and see some of these rooms that Clara visited. If this decides to load.
Means something bad.
An android need a blast. Has our own gravity. She could be dead by the time.
Come on.
Say 30 minutes.
What's on board this thing?
Dynamorphic generators.
Okay, so... Alright. Friggin'... So we kind of saw an observatory there. That was kind of interesting. What was that first room she was in? I don't remember. I think I passed it already.
I think the TARDIS will get huffy if we mess.
The TARDIS will get huffy. I like that.
back to the console, strip it apart. Okay, alright?
Alright, so there's Clara. Okay. I don't remember what room she was in originally. But yeah, there's the observatory. There's the swimming pool. We finally get to see that looks like a good friggin' swimming pool. You know? God, that looks amazing. I want to be in that pool, man. But we finally saw the swimming pool, you know, that he mentioned when he crash landed into Amelia Pond's yard. I like that we're getting episodes going through the TARDIS. You know, we had that last season with the Doctor's wife. So, yeah, and then we kind of... Was this the library, or was this something else?
No, that's just showing up.
Yeah, this is the library. The TARDIS's library. Which is interesting. I did like that. So I like getting to see more and more of these rooms. The Eye of Harmony, you know, we're jumping ahead a little bit, but the Eye of Harmony was definitely a bit different from what we saw in the movie. But that's okay. That was alright, but it was just interesting to see. And yeah, just seeing that grand, you know, kind of Castlevania style library was interesting. And it was also interesting, like the bottles of Gallifrey encyclopedias. That was also like an interesting concept. So, and then is this gonna show? Well, we'll get to that in a second. The next thing I wanted to look at were the voices that he hears. Can I turn on? Yes, turn on subtitles. Error loadings. Oh no, no! I need subtitles. What? No, I didn't want to do that. All right, I'm going to reload with subtitles because I want to hear those voices. No. No, load the subtitles. It's really not? Okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Because I know this is also on Netflix, so I'm going to look at that. Alright, because I'm going to freaking hear this, you know? I'm going to hear this with fucking subtitles. Okay, subtitles in English. Now let me skip ahead. About right here. Yeah. Third Doctor. Freaking overlapping. Distinguish them then! Yeah, that's the Ninth Doctor. I heard that. Amy. Come on. Damn it. Okay, that's interesting that it just said... All it said was woman at the beginning. It's, you know, time and relative dimension in space. I am 100% positive that that was Susan. That was Susan Foreman's voice. It sounded like her, and I'm pretty sure they say that she came up with the name. But I like that, you know, you do hear the Third Doctor, you hear the Ninth Doctor, I like that, you know. The assembled odds of Genghis Khan couldn't get through that door, and believe me, they tried, you know. Which echoes back to when they were first trying to break into the TARDIS, you know, and they couldn't do it. Because, yeah, you can't break into the TARDIS like that. And then you hear a little bit of Amy like, oh, we're in space. So Oh, that was awesome. Okay, I wrote down bulbs, but it was mainly the circuits in that one room. That was interesting. So it was sort of like let me go. Yeah.
Give me a price tag.
Incalculable.
What?
More valuable than the total sum of any currency. Living metal. Bespoke engineering. Whatever machine you require, this system will build it.
Yeah. Basically a machine that makes a machine is what they described it as.
No, stop! Please! Don't touch it! Please. She won't let you touch it.
I can feel the TARDIS tension coming on.
So,
What the hell is this place?
Architectural reconfiguration system. It reconstructs particles according to your needs.
A machine that makes machines.
Yes, basically.
yeah. That's how it reconstruction. That's how the TARDIS, reforms itself. That's why, it, after he crashed into Amelia's yard, it shut him off and it had to reform itself, basically. And, how he keeps getting new sonic screwdrivers. So, I like that, going into a bit like, this is that room, And yeah, the TARDIS would be a little pissed if you took one of those bulbs, one of those circuits. So, that was interesting. The next thing I wrote down was the history of the Time War. That was interesting, that she actually started to read part of the Time War, and she says, oh, that's who you are. And then at the end when she says, we're jumping ahead a bit, but when she says, you're mentioned in that book, you call yourself the Doctor, but you have a name. I know that name now. Which is crazy. That is crazy. So she is like the only other person, really, to know the Doctor's actual name, other than, River Song, basically, and others. You can you may be able to assume that, like, the Master would know his real name, but chooses to call him Doctor, the way that I would imagine the Master knows the Doctor's name, but doesn't care, and just calls him the Doctor, the same way that he is, called the Master, because they've said that too, I believe in the End of Time, it's like, 2 children of Gallifrey survived the Time War, the ones called the Doctor and the Master, even the Time Lords, who would know the Doctor's name, just call him the Doctor, because that's just the name he wants to go by, So yeah. But that was interesting at the end when she realizes, she learns, I do know your name. Darby got up. I'm going to go check on him. One sec. False alarm. I think he just moved to a different... I think he just jumped on one of the sofas. So, I try to sort of kind of keep an eye on him, even though he's in the other room, but I can tell because his dog tags will jingle when he moves. So yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, it's crazy that she just learned his name and didn't realize how big of a secret that would, how big of a secret that was, that he just completely stopped her. It's like, look, I know my name, you know my name, we both know my name, but I forbid you from saying this. And the Doctor lucked out that by fixing the timeline, she wouldn't remember anything that happened, and therefore she would not remember his name. So I like that we're still kind of building up, this is sort of our big thing. It's like, oh, what is his name, What is his name? We started building that up at the end of Series 6, but I don't know, it's almost like, after Series 6, we kind of dropped all of those plot lines, and we've just been going back to our episodic format, so it's nice, they kind of bring that back in. It's like, hey, don't forget, we're still kind of focusing on his name, You know, that might be a thing. Who knows? But yeah. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? The creatures. It was crazy that the creatures were just like them in the future, you know? Because I was thinking, like, you know, what the hell are these things? Like, is it the Master? Is this just another fucked up version of the Master? Or, like, is this, you know, are these Time Lords or something like that? Like, what are these things that he would have in the TARDIS? But they were versions of them from the future after spending too long in the Eye of Harmony. That was interesting. That was an interesting explanation for it. I did like that. So, because that's the thing. It's like, it's the Master or it's Time Lords or something. It's like, I thought he was. For a while, I was like, is the Doctor keeping like very like? Okay, we know he is keeping incredibly dark secrets. You know, he has his secrets, but that I don't know. I was like, is that? I don't know what that is. But then it's like, no, it's them burned to a crisp because they spent too long in the Eye of Harmony, you know? And the two of them were, you know, sort of fused together. Ugh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Okay. Can we talk about, like, oh, he's not an android. They lied to him. As great as this episode is, and I think this is a great episode, the reveal that it's like, oh, they lied, you know, it was just a joke. It's just a prank. It's just a prank, brah. It's just a prank, dude. Like, that was so stupid. that is really stupid. And then it's like, oh, well, why did he do it? It's like, I guess there were, like, they says, like, there was an accident. And I guess he lost his memory, so when he came to, they told him he was an android and not their brother, who was going to be captain. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand that. I think that, like, the explanation I don't fully understand the logic behind it, other than, like, okay, when they said, like, oh, well, he wanted to be the captain, I guess I kind of understood that, but I don't know, that was kind of dumb. That was kind of dumb. It's like, oh, we need something else for them to do. It's like, oh, we'll have them argue about them tricking him into thinking he was an android. Okay. I don't know. I guess I didn't write this down, but it was interesting that, you know, the Doctor finally revealed to Clara, you know, why he doesn't understand her, you know, this impossible girl that he just keeps finding and keeps dying. You know? That was interesting. That was interesting, and, you know, that could be part of the reason why the TARDIS doesn't like her, because, you know, she's impossible. Which people have pointed out in the comments. It makes sense that the TARDIS wouldn't like her. The TARDIS did not like Jack when he came back, because it's like, this dude is a fixed point in time. The TARDIS tried to get as far away from him as possible and took them to the end of the universe. So, you know, the TARDIS is letting Clara on board now, but, you know, the TARDIS is suspicious, basically, which was interesting. Let's see. Yeah, so the future, the joke, the snarl. The snarl was interesting. It was like, oh, it's snarling at us. Because, like an animal, the TARDIS is injured, you know? So it's sort of lashing out. That was interesting. And then, you know, finding the engine. This, like, Matrix room where everything is just floating. This explosion is already floating. I thought that was cool. And especially because, like, I almost thought, like, you know, this is as much as they can perceive of the engine room. You know, the heart of the TARDIS, the core, the engine room of the TARDIS. that might just be something that we can't even comprehend, So I kind of like that, just the imagery of just, here's all this stuff that's exploded in this white void, So I did like that. And then once again, the fact that Clara learned his name, and he, was like, well, you're going to forget it anyway, and it's best to forget, pretty much. That was crazy. Yeah, that's basically all I wrote down. That was a great episode. I will say that was a really, really solid episode. Even if the reveal of it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Just a prank, bro. You're not an android. I want to be the captain. It's like, that was so dumb. That was really, really dumb. But at the same time, it doesn't ruin the episode. It's just the one little dumb thing in there. For the most part, this was a really great episode. I love sort of getting, just getting into the TARDIS. It's only been rare that we've, gone outside our, the console room. So, it was nice to see, like in The Doctor's Wife, to see them going through the TARDIS and stuff, which that was, that was House messing with them, and they were just going through different corridors and stuff. They didn't really find any rooms, but here to actually go through the actual like rooms of the TARDIS was very interesting. So, yeah, I did like that. This was a really great episode. Joke withstanding, it's just a prank, brah. Just a prank, dude. But yeah, I think this was a great episode, and I'm excited to get to the next one. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.